Ian.
Hello, Dave.
I'm Dave.
I am Ian.
This is the TeamClearCoat podcast.
Yes, we are ostensibly an automotive podcast.
We are an automotive podcast, Ian.
Are you going to bring us in on an automotive anecdote?
I am because...
Oh, wow.
So
look at us.
To continue the recent trend of horrifying things that I've seen in traffic.
Yeah.
This did not happen at that same corner where I had the VW with the upside down M and that stuff.
Yeah.
This was completely separate.
Well, that's
right?
good.
Yeah.
That's good because I think if it had, you'd probably be out there with a priest, like trying to perform an exorcism on a street corner.
100%. 100%. Yes. You're exactly right. I'd have sage sticks. Just, yeah, right? Yeah, and you'd be bailing me out of jail.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was driving over to my boo's house, and I'm driving through traffic in, around, Bowles in Quebec, down on the south end of town.
Okay.
And I'm driving west on Bowles, and sitting in traffic is an older Buick that's brown, and it's waiting to turn left, right?
Okay.
And so, just normal day, right? Normal day. Driving, and out of the driver's side window, what do I see? This guy sitting in traffic had a ventriloquist mannequin head on his hand and was making it look around in traffic, sticking out of the driver's side window of his car. And it had a curly black hair wig on, and he was just sitting waiting to turn left with this mannequin head.
Was it Job with Franklin?
Pretty much, man. It was just this I kept. This is one of those things where
you didn't actually get a picture of this. I'm guessing.
No, because I was in flight at the time. There was no way my intern could have taken a picture that fast. This is why I need a dash cam. But
yes.
So I started Googling around to see if there are other reports of this individual sitting in traffic with a mannequin head. I'm not the only person to see this freak.
Dave, I would love to see your Google search history. Man with mannequin head, why?
Yeah. That's
taffy overdose?
Question mark? Yeah, taffy lethal? Yeah. Bicycles fun.
Yeah, exactly. Just statements.
Puppies. Yeah. Because this isn't that kind of thing where somebody has moved the badges on a Mercedes-Benz S600 from one side to the other. And
we remember.
Yeah.
Yes. You don't need to drag us back there.
But we're not everybody notices this, but we do. Right? This is a mannequin head sticking out of the driver's side window of someone's car.
Did it look like he was practicing a bit? Was he doing an act? Or
it looked like this is just what this dude does when he sits in traffic.
Maybe that mannequin or the dummy or whatever that's a vital part of the operation of that Buick. Maybe
take me through this. Why?
I've got a couple of ideas already, just off the top of my head.
Okay.
Maybe
I wouldn't necessarily call what you're doing a yes-anding, but go on. It's more a but could?
Yeah. It could be that was the antenna, and maybe he's adjusting the antenna.
Nope.
An old rap. No. Okay. I got another one. Maybe his turn signals were broken, and that's how he signals.
Right, he was using the bicycle hand signals.
And to be honest, and maybe he was having a hard time getting people to notice.
Right, his hand. Everybody just thought he was waving or giving high fives.
Right.
Okay, and so he was like,
you know what, motherfuckers, watch this. I'm gonna wave a severed head out the window. Now you'll know I'm turning left.
Right. Now you'll pay attention.
Yeah.
For complete other reasons.
Yeah.
That's probably the most likely thing that it could be. Other than this person is just cuckoo banana pants. Yeah. Yeah. Ian. I'm closing the mannequin head tab in the background.
I'm surprised you even typed that in.
Yeah. Ian. That was tough to Ian. That was hard to watch. Ian.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just a mannequin, and the rate at which it was turning left and right, and the guy was moving the mouth,
I really do want you to get a dash cam because
I
one,
need a
you
dash
see
cam.
weird stuff, but also it needs to
I
have
drive a lot.
it also needs to have a microphone
yeah, to record me.
to record you,
Just going, what the fuck?
just to see like what it's like to see the world through your eyes for a
Right.
little while.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Be fascinating.
You know what you would hear? You would see me puttering through traffic,
Yeah.
and in like off in the ambient noise, you'd hear the cookie, the beast. It's gonna break on you. It's gonna break on you. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Ian. Yeah. Or just
Ridiculous.
our own podcast.
Right.
Right. Ian, you have a story for us.
I do have a story,
Tell-
and it's about you,
Please. Oh, okay. Please take me away from severed mannequin heads
sort of.
and take me to a happy place.
So this last Saturday, it was it's the weekend after Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
and we went out shopping, and so I was at the park with Nico while Jenny was shopping,
Okay.
and so I'm sitting there at the park, and I get a phone call, and it's from a number I don't recognize.
Oh yeah, you texted me about this. Yeah.
So I didn't answer it.
Right. New phone. Who dis?
Yeah, so I didn't answer it. It was an area code, and I normally don't get work calls from.
Right. Right.
So then I Googled the area code afterwards,
Right.
to see where it was from, and it was from Missouri.
Right. 816 son.
And I was like, oh shit, Dave is driving back from Missouri right now.
Right. He's stranded at a payphone.
And I went straight to he's in jail.
Oh, worse. Okay.
And
All right.
I don't know
Why?
why. Well, because I figured if you were broke down, you would have your cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had gotten arrested, you wouldn't have your cell phone.
True.
Right?
Yeah, they confiscate that.
That's how I justified that in my head.
Okay. All right.
And then I was telling, then I called it back and it was, spam. of course.
Right.
And then so I was telling Jenny about that later,
Uh-huh.
and she was like, what would Dave get arrested for? And so that got me thinking
Okay.
about the things that you, the nicest person I've ever met, could possibly be arrested for.
Okay. All right.
And that brought me to an FMK Cars, which
FMK
I'm very excited to present to you.
FMK Cars is a game that Ian and I play on the show. It's based on the classic game Fuck, Marry, Kill. But instead of playing it with people, like awful people, we're nice and we play it with cars.
Suspiciously nice, some of us.
Yeah.
That one.
He was so nice. Yeah. And so F means you drive it for a day.
Yes.
M means you marry it. It's your daily driver. And K means you kill it. You crush it immediately.
Correct.
Okay.
So this is inspired by me thinking that maybe you were in jail and then
Okay.
realizing that was a silly idea. And this one
Okay.
is called Mr. Dave, Fugitive from Justice.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on the run.
So the catch with this is it's pretty loose. It's really just about the cars, but I had fun coming up with these. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it's, partly my show. So, whatever. It's
Okay.
fine.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Let's have a fun.
So crimes you're likely to commit paired with famous fugitive movie cars. So in this,
Okay.
you're
Yeah.
accused of a crime, you're on the
Sure.
run,
Yeah.
and you're in the movie car
Okay.
associated with,
Okay.
with it. Okay?
Yeah.
So the first one, the red WRX from Baby Driver.
Oh, okay.
All right? You held the door open for a woman, but since she was also from the Midwest, she also held the door for you. You know where you get like there's like
yeah.
the
the man trap. Uh-huh. Yeah.
there's the trap in the
Yeah.
in the thing where for like the warm air or whatever.
Yeah.
And you have two people from the Midwest and you both open the door for one another.
Uh-huh.
And then you're stuck there
This
looking at each other like morons.
this is what's known as a Canadian standoff.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. Yes.
yeah.
Or a Midwestern standoff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've heard it said both ways.
You're trying to out courtesy one another.
right.
Okay.
And so you're stuck in a Midwestern standoff.
Right.
Canadian standoff, whatever, however you want to call it. So neither of you would yield, insisting it was the other's turn. For 3 hours, you stood there.
Okay.
It turns out she was a U.S. Marshal in pursuit of a very dangerous criminal. That criminal escaped
Oh, because of
across the border because
me.
of you,
I was
and now
an
you're guilty of
accomplice.
obstruction of justice.
Ah,
And
shoot.
you're on the run.
Okay.
All right.
But I'm on the run in a red WRX.
Yeah. I like how you're nice enough that you're not even arguing with how ridiculous that scenario is. I like it. I
Yep.
like it.
Yep.
Proving my point.
Okay.
All right. Next one, Vanishing Point Challenger,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
which is one of my favorite movies
Yeah.
I love that movie. You gave a shivering, homeless, disabled veteran the literal shirt off your back.
Okay.
Unfortunately, an Airbus A380 was 30,000 feet overhead, and the pilots were blinded by your torso.
By the sunlight glancing off my pale body.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
now you're on the hook for 850 counts of involuntary manslaughter.
Okay. All right. It's the equivalent of pointing a green laser pointer at an airplane.
Right. I mean, and who among us hasn't done that?
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime I take my shirt off in public.
All right.
Coupled with the loud, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. This one isn't really about you being nice,
Okay.
but it is. It's a plausible scenario. And when I was thinking of like reasons you could go to jail, I will admit this was one of the first ones that popped in my head.
Okay.
Original Italian job Mini Coopers.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right. So original Mini Coopers
Yeah.
essentially. You took way too much candy from the bowl at the bank.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, wow.
So these are the things you stand accused of.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you might get off.
I might.
You might. You might outrun the cops, or you might be on TV for a while.
I'm going to kill the Dodge Challenger
Okay.
because I can't have innocent lives on my hands.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm so I don't want to take down an airplane.
Okay.
Yeah, with my pasty body.
All right. What if you ignored the
Right, like
the
let's just say
ridiculous twists?
right, let's just say I caused the flight to be like, "Oh, what the hell?" Yeah. Still the Dodge Challenger.
Okay.
I don't know. It's fun going, but not so much the stopping.
Yeah.
You know, those are cars that you need like you accelerate for a block and you need 2 blocks to stop.
right.
Yeah. Then for a day, it's going to be the red WRX, and I will be running from a polite off, and I will pull the ABS fuses so that I can do that awesome, like,
The four-wheel
the
lock.
highway four-wheel lock between the 2 other red cars, and I'm just going to drive around trying to find 2 other red cars. Because if I'm going down swinging.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that.
That should be fun,
And then
right?
so then you're gonna marry.
I am going to marry the classic Mini Cooper.
right.
And will just be so sugar-addled from taking candy from the
Yeah.
bank. Like, I'm a chronic bank candy taker in this scenario.
Yeah.
This is, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, this is my life.
Yeah.
The Taffy Bandit.
Well, and I also am envisioning like an expanded scenario where you have this reputation, and then you go up, like maybe the bowl is empty,
Uh-huh.
and then you start demanding the candy, but then they think you're robbing the bank.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
That felt
Yeah.
a little too sitcom-y for this, so I
Yeah.
didn't do it. But like, that's really, I feel like that's where that's going.
100% because
We all know how that movie ends. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
duh. I'm going to hit the same place a few times. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm going to ignore all the standard like criminal rules that you would follow.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah, but I want to drive a classic Mini Cooper so bad. Yeah. I've ridden in one. I've never driven one.
Yeah.
And I can fit in it. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. You've had the luxury of driving one.
I don't think
yeah.
luxury is the word. The word I
Why
would
not?
use.
Why not?
There was nothing luxurious about it. It was fun, and
Okay.
it was a pleasure.
Right.
I don't know if luxury would be the word I would use, though.
Well, yeah.
Certainly wasn't for my wife. She was very nervous the entire time.
But the
She was
wonderful
convinced
life
we were gonna die.
experience,
Oh, yeah. No, it was great.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you do?
I think I'd probably crush the WRX,
Okay.
and then
Just to go with a classic?
I think I'd marry that Challenger, and I'd drive the Mini Cooper for a day.
Okay.
I would die in a Mini Cooper if I owned a classic Mini Cooper,
Yeah.
because it just all it wants you to do is drive over the
10
limit
tenths.
all the time.
Yeah.
It's-
You'd just be karting on the street every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you do in that car.
Yeah.
Like the one I drove at least barely ran unless you had full throttle.
Okay.
So
okay.
it's not like it was gonna stall. It was just like it just wanted big inputs.
Okay.
And that's what
Uh-huh.
that's what they respond to.
Yeah.
And so you kind of have to like take it by the scruff of the neck and you just hammer on it. And it's
Okay.
fun,
Right.
but probably not practical.
Not something you want to do while sitting in traffic.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Speaking of karting, we can talk about a recent karting outing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went with with a bunch of people. Like we always go, and it's just like the two of us.
Yeah.
And so this time it was nice to have a bunch of people with us.
Yeah, my buddy Chris, his friend Adam, Tim, and a couple other people. Lauren came with
Lauren
us.
came.
Yeah.
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 We had 7 people with us?
Yeah.
Total. It was great.
Yeah. You put in a new fast time.
But yeah, by like a couple of hundredths or something.
But that was a new fast time. I put a new fast time in, 30.7.
You are quickly catching me.
Well, I'm
a half second.
Yeah, I'm certainly getting to that point where it is diminishing returns. You know, I figured out a big section of the track, for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a fantastic time. We did have the fun experience. Let's talk about the bro. Yeah. So for anybody who doesn't know, at Unser where we normally go,
and
karting,
most places are like this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they unleash you onto the track, right? And you're supposed to take your first lap slow, like half throttle.
Right.
Right. If you've never been there, they tell you that during the class. They tell you before they let you go. Half lap slow. First lap slow.
And again, it's every karting place I've ever been to has been the exact same way.
Right. Yeah. So you're puttering around the track, and that's basically so they can be like, well, you should know the track when you start going fast, right?
And then if you can warm up your tires, you can do whatever.
Right. We love to see how loose the back end of our carts are during that section.
Exactly.
Drift them out and see how soon we can get them to cut our throttles.
Yep.
Yeah. But there was an individual that did not pay any attention to that. And you were behind me during that, right?
Yeah.
So they just flew past you, or
he hit me.
Okay. Yeah.
He bounced off of me.
And
then bounced off the wall, and then kind of tagged Lauren a little bit, and then kept going.
Okay.
And I was just like, what the hell?
Right.
Like we were 5 feet out of the paddock.
No way. Really?
Yeah, just right there in front of the guys, in front of the employees and everything, and they didn't get reprimanded or anything. And then, in a surprise to no one, he was an awful driver.
So by the time he got to me on the slow lap, right, he hit me from behind, and I was like, oh, maybe that's because I was just throwing my cart wide and just dicking around.
Yeah.
So I just kind of looked back, and then he did it again.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, this guy doesn't understand.
Yeah.
I'm not letting him pass.
Which is smart.
So I straight up did not let him pass. I blocked him at every opportunity.
Yeah.
And then we got the green light,
and then you just disappeared.
In my mind, I just went, goodbye. Never saw him again. Saw him again. Dropped him like a freaking sack of potatoes, man.
Yeah, he was a nightmare because it was one of those things where if you've ever been karting and you're significantly faster than than someone, it's a challenge not only to get past them sometimes because the track is narrow, but he was fast in the fast sections,
right?
But just
garbage when it came to turning
in all the corners. And he did that classic thing where you see inexperienced people do, where they think they're going really fast by going really, really deep into the corner and being on the brake all the way to the apex, and they just end up spinning.
Right.
And then, or sliding and losing just tons of time.
Yeah.
And so the hard thing is when you pass someone who's doing that.
Right. They will catch you at those turns.
They're going to catch you at the apex.
Because you're braking correctly.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're going to get a way better exit and gap them. But if you don't set that pass up right, they're just going to just clean you out. They're going to crash into you.
Yeah, if you don't have time to pull away enough. Yeah.
Right. So
they'll just basically dive bomb you over and over.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's what happened with me was and then he kept blocking me whenever I got to him.
Okay.
I'm like, do you think I just appeared out of thin air?
Right. Right.
Why do you think I'm here?
Right, exactly. Yeah,
I'm here because I'm faster than you.
Yeah,
move over.
That's always my attitude in karting. If somebody shows up behind me, I let them go. They got there.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they weren't there before. Now they are. Either I made a mistake or they're faster.
Well, especially I caught them super fast. So it was half a lap ago I was nowhere to be seen, and then all of a sudden I'm on his bumper.
Yeah.
Maybe you should probably let me through.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was a really frustrating heat. But all the other heats we had were great. I had so much fun. It was great going back with Lauren.
Yes.
And I got to I had a lot of fun, honestly, playing driver coach a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think she made like really huge gains.
She did. So her previous fast times were, I think, in the 37s, 38s,
Yeah.
and she was down in the 34s by the time we left.
Right.
Yeah.
Which for her second visit
Yeah.
is
Right?
pretty baller. Like
Yeah.
she's gonna be really good, I think. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to keep
Yeah, right?
making her go back and
Yeah.
do it some more.
I'm excited for her to have a run on the karting track where there's nobody else out there. Right?
Yeah.
Where she doesn't have to think about anything, just to see what the kart can do, cuz she's never had that.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
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 I think
Yeah.
so.
And then following you. Oh, and also, so you like to diminish your karting ability, right?
Yeah.
You do, but you were first place just about every time we raced.
Except
right?
for the one where we had the other people with us.
Right.
And I was like caught in traffic the whole time.
Right. But the very first heat that we did, there was a young child that was in the race with us, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
yeah, because your brain just instantly deletes these things as soon as they happen.
Yeah.
But this kid had, like, after the race, we have our helmets off, we have our time cards. The kid gets his time card and he comes up to you and he says, "I got my fastest time ever because I was following you."
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool.
Right?
Yeah, I had passed him like halfway through, and then he kind of stuck behind me.
He got second place. He beat me.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
he was quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was just a little bit off of my best time, I think.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he was-
Well
he was doing
done,
good.
Ian.
Yeah, it was good.
Teaching the children, which are our future, how to kart.
That's a scary thought.
You weren't able to intervene early enough for the bro, but
That's true.
you paid it forward with this kid. So there you go. Yeah. But karting, yay!
Yeah, karting's always a great time.
Right? Okay, what else you want to talk about, Ian?
We've got some My Eyes.
Oh, real quick, I want to give a special shout out to our buddy Jimbo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he wisely ignored my my advice on a car purchase, which honestly,
Yeah, everyone should do. That's kind of the theme of the show.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Right?
No, but really, like I had a great time. That's Lauren's dad.
Yeah.
And I was at Lauren's house for Thanksgiving and got to hang out with Jim, and it turns out he actually listens to the show. So yeah, it was cool.
Well, thank you.
I had a lot of time. A lot of fun.
And sorry, Jimbo.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Very sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, let's move on to My Eyes.
Okay. All right.
Because you had some stuff you wanted to show me.
Well, the mannequin head was
the mannequin
the thing.
head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have one quick thing, and then I have a puzzle for you.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
All right.
so the quick thing is, my buddy Jared just sent me this picture right before the show started, actually,
Look at that.
and just I have nothing to say about this other than like if someone sends you a picture of a Fiat 600, you are legally obligated to show it
Yeah.
to as many people as you can because
Right.
it brings nothing but joy and happiness.
Yeah. It's like when my girlfriend and I saw the Citroen station wagon,
Uh-huh.
right? Like, yeah, like
Yeah.
you see a Citroen station wagon, you tell people. You see something, say something.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Right?
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree with that. And also, it's just it's in the perfect color.
It is. It
And
certainly
also
is.
the seating situation that you pointed out when
Yes.
you enhance
Yes. I love this. I
is
love this.
fantastic because there's an adult driving,
Yes.
which is a good sign,
A dog in the front passenger seat,
and then a child in the back. It's perfect.
I love that so
It's
much.
perfect.
That's so great. But look at the little guy. Also, look at the angle of the rear wheel here.
Yep.
Right? That is some bad camber.
Like that is
That's the opposite camber that you want.
well, that's because it's going around a corner and
Yeah.
it's on the limit right there.
Yeah, there's no motion blur. These leaves might be beating it around the corner.
Yeah.
But look at it. It's perfect. Yeah.
And I also love that, like, you know, they
they
made
yeah,
this.
it's a Missouri tag. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was in Kansas City. And I just love that, like, you know, the Italians, this was like a pretty pedestrian car. This is like they stamped out tons of these things.
Right. But
And they made it, you know, great to look at.
right,
and
right.
It's really cute and it's cool and it's really functional.
Yeah.
And they did that engineering. And then when it came to like making a convertible, they were just like, what do we do with the roof? And they were like, well, just let it flap around.
Yeah, we already perfected the freaking design. Just cut a hole and put a flap of cloth.
Yeah, and then when it's
Duh.
open, where does it go? Where's the roof go? What do you mean? Where does it go? It
Yeah.
just flaps around behind.
Exactly.
Where else would it go?
Yeah. What?
A storage compartment for a roof?
Yeah. Do you think you have storage?
Yeah.
No. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. We have our priorities straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was, let's get the perfect shade of whatever that color is.
Yes.
That,
Exactly.
like, KitchenAid teal or whatever the fuck it is.
And the perfect design. Yeah.
It's great. I love
Brilliant.
it. Whenever you see, it's not, if you handed me a budget, like an unlimited budget, and said go buy classic cars, wouldn't be like in my top 20 probably.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't think it would be, but
Right.
it doesn't mean I'm not happy when I see one.
Exactly. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Vicariously enjoying it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Brings joy to people's hearts.
Yeah, right? I love that. Okay, all right. So now there's another My Eyes that you have, and I need to not look at it, but also copy the link. Copy.
This is why we need two
copy
mice.
image address. Yeah, we do. We could do that. Yeah, 2 mice would work.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Did you ever see that Google April Fool's thing where they had 2 mouse pointers?
No.
Oh, everybody needs to look that up. Google
funny.
Google's April Fool's joke for 2 mouse pointers on the browser. It's like a husband and wife. Like, it's so goddamn funny.
That's funny.
Okay, all right. What did this person do to their Mazda 3?
Yeah.
Ian.
So this is a Mazda 3. It was just something I saw in my neighborhood. And whenever anyone puts stickers on their car,
Right.
that's fine. I don't put stickers on my car personally, but
Yeah.
when you put stickers on your car in such a way that they're close to the badging of the car,
Yeah.
it changes the meaning of the sticker.
It does.
I feel.
You're exactly right. We need to call this the manufacturer to like some kind of adjacency principle, right?
Right.
Yeah, we need to think of a name for this like equation for the like distance
I think we
to
call
factory
it.
badging.
I think we call it sticker proximity index.
There we go.
Well, the
yeah.
SPI.
Yeah, the SPI.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
All right.
SPI
Yeah,
of this car
quite high.
is quite high.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's also SpaceX and there was no other thing on the car that made you think like, oh, this is a rocket scientist or this
Right.
is or
Right.
whatever. And they very well could have been. They very well could be a
Yeah.
SpaceX employee or
Yeah,
a
maybe.
proud SpaceX employee. Maybe they're just, Elon Musk fanboys. I don't
Right.
know.
I am just as much as anybody else, but I'm not going to put a SpaceX thing on my car.
But why?
Right. Why?
The SPI is too
Why?
high.
Yeah. Yeah.
The SPI is too high.
We need some badges, buddy.
I know.
Why? Why? Yeah.
And I'm also discovering that we have maybe this may be a problem as well. I was thinking about this, and all of these thoughts were going through my head.
Sure.
But then it occurred to me that maybe, stay with me here.
Okay. No, let's go for a ride.
Maybe the entire time with all of these things, the M badge and the S600 and the SpaceX.
Yeah.
Maybe the problem is us.
No, Ian.
Maybe we're the ones with the problem.
No, we're the rule enforcers, Ian. But we can't let the students teach the class.
But the fact that we are sitting here in your basement,
right,
in 2017, making up these rules,
kind of means they won, didn't they?
It kind of means that they probably didn't need to exist in the first place. It's a possibility, is all I'm saying.
I think it would be different if we didn't get the reactions that we get on social media when we post this kind of stuff.
I'm just saying it might be a little bit of hubris to think that we're 150 years or 130 years or whatever into the automotive industry,
right? And
people having cars around them, and all of a sudden, here come us, and we're gonna say you can't do that's not allowed.
Yep. I thought this was just a show for us to criticize other people.
Hey, and I would be doing.
That's how I convinced you to do it.
That's true. I would be doing this. I would be doing that regardless,
right?
Of whether anyone was around to hear me or not.
Putting you in a basement or not.
Right.
Basement,
attic, whatever. I'm in for all sorts of out of the way places to just spew my ideas into the void.
That's what you want to call it, okay?
I mean, that's pretty much what's happening. But it could be that we're wrong.
It could be. There is a chance. But Ian, we're not. Ian, yeah.
I mean, SPI. Who even comes up with that sort of thing? That doesn't even make sense.
I can tell you exactly what's going through this person's mind, right? They're like, well, there's other words on the car here. That means this sticker should go near the other words.
Yeah.
Right? But in my opinion, there's one acceptable place for stickers on cars. That is on the fairing of your bike rack. Right?
Right.
That's
okay.
where stickers belong.
What if you don't have a bike rack?
I'm sorry, what?
What do you feel about on the rear window of the car? Like something like this, I feel like that would go well on the rear hatch window on the Mazda 3 hatchback like this is.
But they should put it on the bike rack.
Right, but they don't have a bike rack.
No, they do.
I don't think they did.
We all do. Everyone should.
I mean, should and do are very different things.
Okay, so no.
There are a lot of things I should do that I do not do.
No bike rack, no stickers.
Yeah. I've been told recently that I'm supposed to clean my butt. Is that accurate?
Ian. Yeah. Ian, I'm going to need you to start doing that if we're going to keep sitting in a blanket fort together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I do that stuff to you when you come over to record the show.
What stuff do you do to me?
I take matters into my own hands. Yeah.
Moving on.
All
right.
Thanks for taking a SpaceX sticker to butt stuff, Ian.
Hey. That's what we're here for.
Ian.
SpaceX sticker to butt stuff with a little stop into self-doubt city on the way.
That's exactly it. That's
the kind of service you get here at TeamClearCoat.
That's right, buddy. Ian.
Mm-hmm.
So I had just to continue the my eyes, I had so I'm going to turn in the Hyundai Veloster tomorrow.
Okay.
I love the Veloster.
Yeah.
I can't you've been
I drove it around the block.
Yeah. I love it. I took this picture of it when I was on the way back from
Missouri.
It's a really
good picture.
Thank you. It was a wonderful sunset, and I had to pull over and enjoy it for a little while.
It's a great picture.
We only get so many of those, you know?
Yeah.
And so I put like 1,500 miles on this Hyundai Veloster, right? And I love it. I don't want to take up the show talking more about the Veloster, but it's a fantastic car. I can't get enough of it. But while I was in Missouri for Thanksgiving, I convinced my mom to use the self-park feature on her Ford Edge.
Oh.
Yeah, she was she was never going to use it.
Right.
So we were in a Costco parking lot, like you do, right?
Right.
And we used the self-parking feature of the Ford Edge. And it messed it up the first time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it did. It was the weirdest thing. So, so it's like the Costco parking lot, instead of having a single line between spaces, it had like a line and a bend and another line. So it's like, you know, right? Like just to try to corral the goddamn savages, right?
I've been to Costco parking lots, and it is like some sort of like 17th circle of hell that Dante didn't know about.
Right? Yeah.
It's horrendous.
Just, So what I didn't know, it won't work if there's just a big row of empty spaces. It won't find a space.
Oh,
it wants to look for another car to park next to. So you can't. It's like, well, if it's empty spaces, then just park it yourself, you idiot.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got to make sense. But,
fair.
Right. But still, like, I think like it should be looking for lines and then just find the next space. Right.
Right.
So it backs into the space. It does not go in head first.
Oh, weird.
Right? So you're looking for spaces and going slow.
Oh, because you're going to go forward.
Right.
Because otherwise you'd have to back up and then go.
Right.
That makes sense.
So, and it's weird because it's at this kind of half level of automation, right? And so you're still in control of the throttle and brake.
Yes.
Right? You are. But it has control over the wheel.
Right.
Right? And so once it finds the space, right?
Yeah.
So you let go of the wheel, and the infotainment thing tells you what's going on and what to do. But and so it backed into the first space crooked, right? And I think that's just because of the two lines,
Yeah.
right? The second space, it nailed, right? And we tried both the driver's side and passenger side, and it does both, right? But my mom almost, she was at the helm. She almost backed into a car behind where the car was parking, because when you're given these half measures of automation, it's kind of hard to just remember, I only get gas and brake while the car's doing other
Right.
stuff.
So she like grabbed the wheel.
She didn't apply the brake when she should have. And the screen's telling her to stop, right? And I don't know if it would have stopped for her. But thankfully, she hit the brake in time, right? And because I was in the passenger seat saying, brakes, hit the brake, right? And she did want to grab the wheel at first. And I'm sure like a little, muscle memory will get built up, where you just
Right.
learn that I do. But just for someone just diving into it, since it's like it's not full automation, it's kind of scary.
So Richard Hammond actually did a little video a couple months ago, and it was just a short. It was like a little thing that he did. I don't remember if it was for Dry Tribe or for YouTube or what, but
Okay.
it was just a little video of him. He was driving down the road, and I can't remember what kind of car he was driving, but it was something with like one of those sorts of like level 2 autonomy
Okay.
features.
Sure.
And he was saying that in airplanes, when you're a pilot or you're a co-pilot, there's this really big thing about like, okay, you have control.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like you have control or you don't have. It's a binary.
Yeah.
It's a binary thing. And he said, and even with autopilot, it's very clear, like in airplanes, like, who's in control and what you have, what your parameters are and all that other stuff. Whereas with cars right now, especially since differences between manufacturers,
Right.
You're talking about in one car.
Right. Exactly.
Think about driving a few different cars.
Right.
There's not a clear delineation of like, okay, the car is in charge.
Right. Right.
I am in charge.
Right.
So and it's an issue.
It is. It really is. Yeah. Yeah. I think that they should make at least from Ford's perspective, they should make the feedback that you get for the commands you need to input more intense. Like
Right.
they actually need a voice that says apply the brakes or
Right.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really do. A little, red octagon on the screen is not going to be enough unless you've done it a few times. But you're never going to do it a few times if the first time doesn't go right.
Right.
You're never going to build up that memory, and you're never going to hand that stuff over on a routine basis if it doesn't go well the first, 1 or 2 times.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think my mom will ever use it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But and it was a little disconcerting. How do you say it?
Yeah, disconcerting. That's
Disconcerting.
fine.
Yeah. Ian, you're my grammar check.
I know.
Yeah. So it was odd. But yeah. So we kind of gave up control in a Ford Edge.
But not really.
Yeah, but not really.
Yeah.
We the only other thing for
if you had it, if you woke up tomorrow and that feature was installed on your Infiniti, would you use it
every day?
Yeah.
Yeah, every day.
That's right. You don't like parking.
I think I'm a great driver.
Yeah.
Right. I am a garbage parker. I don't know what it is. Like I have gotten out of the car at work, right? Especially when I had the Saab. It was worse when I had the Saab because in the Infiniti, I try to park far away because it's a nice car. The body shop just redid everything and it looks really good, right? So I'm that guy that parks far away. Right?
And that's more because you are afraid you're going to hit something.
Well, that too, yeah. But in the Saab, I'd park just, wherever, right? Next spot, right? Because I'd be worried about dropping the values of the cars around me. But I would park and I'd be like, okay, all right, that's straight, all right. And then I would get out and I would look at the car and it's like, did I have a stroke or something? Like, what happened? To the point where I have several times gotten back in and fixed the wrong.
Well, that's
yeah.
good. mean, that's better.
Well, yeah, you just I
Are you a
love it
good
when
parallel parker?
I am a good parallel parker. Yes,
Okay.
I have that. It just there's something with like the angle of the waistline and the perceived angle of the nose of the car
Oh, right.
versus how I see that as straight when I like look out the window or I'm spitting a lot on the spit guard. It's doing its job today. But I don't know what it is. There's some blind spot for parking for me. And so if I had that feature, I'd use it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you?
I don't know that I would. I think rather than that, I think what we need, because my particular foible with parking is the parking blocks in the front.
Yeah.
Because they're set differently in every parking lot.
Yep.
And especially on the Saab, for whatever reason. I hit those with the Saab sometimes. And luckily, it's just like a plastic thing down there. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I would rather, I think they should have like flags or something.
Oh, yeah. No, you're 100% right. Yeah.
Like something.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Or not be made out of like the most like corrosive concrete ever.
Yeah, that will chew up the bottom of your car.
Right.
Yeah, no, and that's one strike for lowering the front of the Infinity, because I think that car would look dialed if the front was just lowered 1 inch, because the way it sits, like the back sits just a touch lower. Right. And the front just needs to be dropped like just 1 inch, and it would just just seal the looks on that car. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to do it because I don't want to run into parking lot curbs.
Yeah.
You know, I'm over most of them now.
I think you should just VIP that car.
You just VIP
Just
it. Yes.
bags.
Just VIP build it. Yeah. Airbags. Yes. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, So, how are you at parallel parking?
I'm a champion parallel parker.
Okay.
I lived, living in Capitol Hill for a few years. Capitol Hill in Denver is like a crazy parking situation.
You're parking on the street, period. Yeah.
Yeah, you're parking in the street, period, and you're, circling for you get home at the wrong time.
Yeah.
You're parking 6 blocks away, sort of thing. And I could, especially with the Volkswagen, I would wedge that thing into like just the tiniest little spaces. You know? And whenever we would have people come to visit, from out of town, especially from the Midwest, where they don't know what parallel parking is.
Right.
They would arrive at our old apartment.
Yeah.
Capitol.
Which was worse. Yeah.
I mean, because that place was ridiculous.
Dense.
Now I never have to compete for parking.
Right.
Even just a few blocks south, but like where we used to be was really bad, and they would just give up and call me.
Okay.
And I would just go park their car for them.
Right. Yeah.
Every time a guest came.
Yeah, you're like the valet. Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
any hoozle.
What else should we talk about? Should we talk about our F1 season?
We certainly can. We have that. We have the hacking the car infotainment and the Aston Vantage that we want to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's run through the F1 season, because today, so that we were recording this today.
Okay. Yeah, today.
It's always today.
Yep, today.
I don't know why that's a controversial statement.
Nope.
No, but it's the 26th of November, so the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix was today.
Yep.
And it was the last. You're saying yep like you knew that was a thing.
Totally new. Totally new, dude.
Grand Prix of Mozambique, and you would have been like, yep.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, it's the F1 Antarctica.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. They did the ice circuit again. Awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did the Penguin win?
They did not.
Yeah. Niki Lauda, did he do well?
He's still doing it.
Yeah.
He's in the garage.
Okay.
Team Boston.
Yeah. Ian.
Anyway, so let's do it. So we were doing the fantasy Grand Prix thing. We'll do it again next year. That starts up again in March. And Dave will probably make a promise of like, I'm going to do this and then not.
Okay, so I can commit to doing the fantasy Grand Prix. I can't commit to watching the races.
I will pick this next year. We will pick a couple of races to just do a check-in, watch a race, and hang out. Instead of just saying we're going to watch every race, I'll pick a couple of notable ones that might be exciting to watch.
Well, I do it just to hang out.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So we did the Fantasy Grand Prix thing, and then we invited people to join. We created a league within the league, or like a little friends league within the bigger Fantasy GP league. And we had 10 people total, including us, 2 idiots.
Yeah.
Dave, you took 9th.
Woo!
And like a distant 9th.
Not last.
9th out of 10.
Not last, Ian.
Yeah.
And I love that I didn't even set a lineup, and I beat you on a race.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
You
that
were-
was
you-
on at Mexico, and it went poorly for me.
You were probably like noodling last minute, making changes, and I'm just like doing a wheelie on my bicycle through the countryside.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And you beat me on that one.
I did.
You sure did.
I did.
So let's just go through the top 5, I guess, or we'll just go through the whole ranking. So in first place, Ike from the Untitled Car Show.
Yes.
Won by 8 points.
That's amazing.
2,698 points to our friend of the show, Matt Murphy.
Yes.
Was in second place with 2,690 points. So an 8-point gap
That's
between
awesome.
first and second, which was pretty crazy. Those two were like trading places for most of the last half of the season. It was pretty cool. And then we have Eric, who I thought was maybe my dad. Turns out, different Eric. I don't know. His team name is Raw Toast Racing.
I like that. Yeah.
And he was with he had 2,540 points. I was in fourth with 2,417 points, and then Jesse was 8 points behind me.
Nice.
So we were fighting it out for fourth place, and I just got her. And then we had Jake with a little bit further back. Chevy, who is I think Jesse was responsible for getting him to sign up for her to sign up for this. And then Adam from the 1010s podcast was in our league as well.
Yeah.
He got 8th. I think he really didn't know what was going on with Formula. He doesn't watch Formula 1 either. And then Dave.
Hey, woo! Number 9.
And then who's 10? What's his?
That's our buddy in Poland, Powell.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, you're right. So he came in last, but it was great. I hope we do this again next year. And the thing I would have liked to have tweeted through the races a little bit more, but I always watch them on like tape delay.
Right.
Tape delay.
Yeah, tape delay. USB drive fell off a truck in front of your house delay.
It happens. It falls off the internet truck.
It does.
It's just really convenient sometimes.
Yep. The internet is a dump truck.
Yeah. So we'll see what the situation is next year. There's going to be a bunch of changes for next year. So before the season starts in 2018, we will do another show where I talk about Formula 1 for 20 minutes and Dave just like glazes over.
Yeah. I just go to my happy
He
place.
goes, oh.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah, there's just a penguin riding a tricycle through my mind.
Lots of penguins tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Winter time.
Lots of penguins.
Yeah.
It was like 70 degrees out today.
They're cute animals.
Okay.
Ian. I got my little flappers. Ian.
So anyway, look up fantasygp.com. Set your calendars for March of next year. If you watch F1 at all or don't, or just want to talk shit with us, let us know, and you should sign up for it next year because it is a lot of fun. And then Ike, your prize is whenever we can figure out how to make a phone call while we're karting happen, we will record it with you.
Yes.
So that's the game plan.
Yes. And should you ever find yourself in Denver, Ike, we have a place for you.
Absolutely.
On the karting track and in the blanket board.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in our hearts.
And in our hearts. Oh, I forgot to mention, Ike sent me stickers. I've yet to apply them to the bike fairing on my car, the only appropriate place for stickers. But I wanted to say thank you, Ike. I really appreciate the stickers. So, yeah. He did address the envelope to Dave Taffy Bandit Severnach. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you, Ike. Ian, that's all we wanted to say for F1, right?
Yes.
Did I mention I love the Hyundai Veloster, Ian?
You did.
Did I mention
that?
Ian, I forgot to do my FMK Cars for the Hyundai Veloster.
Oh.
Ian, this is FMK Cars. 2-door, 3-door hatchback edition. Okay? All right? So, here we go. First up, and there's going to be a couple tiers to this. Okay?
Okay.
So yeah, get the messaging system out. This is going to get almost complicated.
Okay.
Okay, first up, Ian. The Hyundai Veloster. Normally aspirated, dual clutch gearbox. Okay?
Veloster.
Yep. We have a
I don't know
picture.
how to spell that. But okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then next we have the Mini. It's now called the hardtop. Right? That's their basic two-door,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
The little normally aspirated Mini Cooper.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. And then lastly, in this is tier 1. All these
Oh, so this is all one.
no. This is an FMK Cars. You're picking between the Veloster, a Mini,
Okay.
and a Fiat 500.
Are you giving me nested FMK cars right now?
I'm giving you recursive FMK Cars. Yeah. Fiat 500. I'll give you it in this baby blue.
I like it. All right.
Okay?
All right. So Fiat 500.
All right.
Okay. So do I need to? I should write down what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you do, FMK? And I'm considering M, the Mary, the winner in
Is
this.
are the Mini and the Fiat, are they manual transmissions?
Let's go flappy paddles or automatics across the board.
All right. So if that's the case, I'm gonna crush the Fiat.
Okay. Well, actually, no. I'll give you your transmission choice. Why would I be mean, Ian?
And all three of them, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
and anything. Yeah.
So manuals for all of them.
Yeah, of course.
That makes the choice more difficult. Because I've driven a Fiat 500, like base Fiat 500,
And these are all base models.
with the manual and with an automatic.
Uh-huh.
And with an automatic, it is one of the worst cars you can buy.
Okay.
The character of the car is completely transformed by a manual transmission.
Oh, right on. Okay.
It's like one of the craziest, like,
Or
auto.
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Totally changes the character of the car.
Okay.
And not just the Abarth version, but like even the slow ones. I'm stalling. I think I'm gonna crush the Mini.
Okay. I'm not a big fan of the Mini hardtop. I think Mini has taken away a lot of the things that makes it a Mini. Like they got rid of the center gauge cluster.
Yeah, I never
Right.
really liked that.
Yeah, they got rid of like the toggles, switches. I think that's awesome. I think it makes it like a Mini.
Yeah, and honestly, I haven't driven one of the newer Minis. It's been a few years since I've driven one.
Yeah.
But I've always had such a bad taste in my mouth from them. Like every time I've gotten in one, it's falling apart. You know, even with a relatively new one.
Yeah.
Like it always feels cheap, and I don't know.
Okay.
I don't especially now having driven like an original one.
Right.
I just feel like it's I don't know.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Okay.
I think the Fiat 500 is a better like homage to an original thing.
Okay.
Like that's how you do a nostalgia design.
Right.
feel like.
Nostalgia done correctly.
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
Yep, I get it. Yeah.
And I think the Mini kind of misses the mark for me. And I don't know why.
Sure.
I just have like a little thing.
No problem.
Bottom.
No problem. Okay.
So it's okay. I'm going to marry the Fiat,
Okay.
and for a day I'll drive the Veloster.
Okay. All right.
Because I do like the Veloster.
It is nice, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So tier 2.
Tier 2. So we're carrying the Fiat 500 over to this.
Oh, okay.
'Kay.
Just the 500?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Also, now in this new FMK Cars, you have, besides the Fiat 500, you have a Mazda 2.
Okay. So Mazda 2.
All right. The 3-door version, which I don't see here, but you get the idea, right?
Right.
I saw one of those prepped for SCCA solos one time, and it looked like it would be a beast.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's nothing to them. They are very light and
Yeah.
really nimble. Yeah. And then I will give you a Ford Fiesta. Okay.
Okay.
Right? 2-door hatchback. Right? Base model.
Yeah. I think I'm crushing the Mazda.
Okay.
And then I will marry the Fiesta,
Okay.
and I'll for a day drive the Fiat.
Okay. I figured you were going to marry the Fiesta.
Excellent.
Excellent. You're falling right into my trap.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's get weird. All right? You got
so
the Ford Fiestas now, the new carryover, right?
Okay. All right.
VW Golf 2-door,
Okay.
base model.
Golf. All right.
Right.
Got it.
Here's a 4-door, but you get it,
Yeah, I know.
right? Okay. And
It's a very good car.
it is BMW i3.
Oh.
Let's get weird.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. That's tough.
That's what my cascading FMK Cars Matrix Vortex was designed to do.
Uh-huh. Huh.
Yeah. What do you think, Ian? We sat in an i3, and I loved it.
Yeah, I don't know that I could live with it.
Yeah. Because it's not a track car by any means.
No. No. And, yeah, fun to drive is important.
Yeah.
So I think for a day I would drive the i3.
Okay.
And then I think between the Fiesta and the Golf, I think I would choose the Golf.
You would?
You've got to choose the Golf. It's
Yeah?
The Mark 7 is so good.
Okay.
And then I would, I guess, crush the Fiesta. Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay. Yeah.
So let me do this for you. Wait, I'm gonna change mine.
okay.
I'm gonna change.
Okay.
I'm gonna crush the i3.
Okay.
I'm gonna f the Fiesta,
Okay.
and I'm gonna marry the Golf.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because you don't even want to get weird for a day.
Don't even want to get weird for a day. And also, it gives me the opportunity to. I'm now going to turn this around to you,
Okay.
and I'm going to give you an FMK Cars comprised of the ones that I chose F for.
Okay. All right. Okay.
This has got to be unlistenable. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the first one, I chose the Veloster.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Yep.
and then in the second one, I chose the Fiat 500. That was from the first one, but it's now in the second one because of your craziness.
Right. Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
and then in the third one, I chose the Fiesta.
Okay.
That
All
was
right.
from the second one.
Fiat 500.
So now it's Veloster, Fiesta, Fiat.
Yeah.
I think that's a really tough one
It is. Okay.
because they're all kind of charming in their own way.
Yeah, they are. Oh, man. I've yet to drive a Fiat 500 or the Fiesta. I need to.
You would love the Abarth Fiat 500.
Oh, I'm sure I would. Oh, man. Let's see here. So I think because I think weird is a good thing for me, right?
Yeah.
Former Saab owner.
Right.
Weird is like, I have a friend of mine, his wife calls me Weird Dave, right?
That's funny.
He was like, yeah, I can just see you driving around like listening to Aphex Twin and like solving a Rubik's Cube, right? I was like, well, that's Saturday, yeah.
Exactly.
You know, yeah.
Yeah. And the Veloster is very funky.
Yeah,
Like it
right.
It brings the funk
Yeah,
more than any other car in that
yeah,
segment, I think.
yeah. I would marry the Veloster.
Okay.
I would. For a day, Fiat 500 and Fiesta. That's a tough one. I think for a day, I would drive the Fiat 500, and I think I would crush the Fiesta.
Okay.
And I think for a day, I would probably like drive around like twirling a pizza out of the sunroof. You know, I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I would find the Lavazza espresso, the OEM espresso
yeah.
maker, and install that.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
That's
I
a
like
good
it.
one. That's a good one. I like that. Yeah, yeah.
That was fun.
I just really love the Veloster.
I know you do.
I
You're
do.
smitten.
I am smitten by the Veloster. I really am. Yeah.
I
It's a
should have
cool,
given you my kills from all of those.
It's a cool
That's what
car.
I should have done.
It's a cool car.
That's
Yeah, 3 doors. Can't do no wrong. Yeah.
It is weird that the B pillars are asymmetric.
Isn't that cool? Yeah, I love that.
It's so weird.
So my only gripe, if we're just gonna turn this into the Veloster cast, my only gripe with it is that, like, when I'm going to work, right, I have my messenger bag with my laptop and stuff in it, just tons of taffy, right?
Yeah.
When I put stuff in my car to go to work, I always put my messenger bag in the seat behind the driver's seat. Right. You can't do that in the Veloster without flipping the seat up and messing up your seating position.
Does it not go back to where you?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
No.
that would drive me crazy.
Right. And maybe there's an electric seat option that would do that, but
Yeah.
not in rental spec. So that means messenger bag is going across to the passenger seat, or you're going to the other side of the vehicle to put it in the back seat there. And walking around the car, which, like a little bit of walking isn't going to kill us, right? We should all be walking more, right? But still, it's those kind of little convenience compromises with the car that you would have to be willing to make, right?
Yeah.
It has a surprisingly big trunk for what it is. So like that like messenger bag scenario is really the only kind of gripe that I had. I put 3 6'2" and above guys in it when I was my buddy Jason and his partner Jim. We took it for a drive. So my buddy Jason has a Mini Cooper Turbo, and it's getting to be close to 8-9 years old.
Okay.
Right, and he's kind of disappointed because nobody's really making like something that funky right now. And I was like, look what I just showed up in, right?
Yeah.
And he wanted the steering to be tighter, right? Which maybe you could do with some better tires, some better bushings, right? Yeah. But other than that, he thought it was pretty cool, Yeah, it's like, this could be your next car, Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. Enough with the Veloster. I'm going to put a couple dollars in the swear jar for Veloster. That, you know what?
I think that should get added.
There we go. All right.
We're going to add that to the swear jar.
Yeah, we are. Okay.
What else we got today?
We have the the Aston Martin that you wanted me to take a look at.
Yes. Yeah. So earlier this last week, Aston Martin unveiled the replacement for the V8 Vantage. Which is, a really important car for them. And it's not uncontroversial.
Okay.
So the 2018, you want to look at the 2018 Vantage. You're just going to have to go to like a news site to look at it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That big old guppy mouth?
That is it.
Okay, thank you for the pictures. Topspeed.com.
So the official Aston Martin images that got released, it was in like this bright lime green.
Oh, okay, cool. Probably that matched the interior of this, huh?
Yeah, so just if you go to any of those news sources, they're all the same. They're from the manufacturer.
Okay.
Like one of those like embargoed things where
sure.
And people were kind of like kind of down on it.
Okay.
And I just wanted to get your hot take on it because I've had a few days to kind of sit with it.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to know what your thoughts are.
It to me, from profile and a little bit of rear 3/4 panel, it screams Jaguar.
Yeah. Well, that's always been a little bit of.
Yeah. The front, I like the front because of how simple it is. It's not like tons of vents and like all partitioned into little areas and stuff. They're like, we're just going to put a big hole in the front of it.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm not so keen on the shape of it.
Well, I think. Yeah. Go ahead. I want to get your unfiltered thoughts.
The headlights are small. They're not proportional. And maybe it's one of those things where they don't need to be big, so they fitted the smallest units that they could. But I think they should be bigger, just to balance it out. Let's see here.
It definitely looks better in that toned down color.
Yeah, and this is certainly one we're going to need to see in the metal versus pictures, because I bet that could really change it.
Yeah.
I think the higher up you go from a viewing angle, the better it is.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, when the lower viewing angles, which makes for much more dramatic photos, I think makes it look worse. Um, yeah, I don't know. The sides are a little messy to me. It looks like a Nike sneaker.
Yeah,
you know?
especially in that lime green.
Yeah, it looks like a running shoe.
It does look like a running shoe.
Especially, and so this is kind of a trend that's kicking up quite a bit. This curved undercarriage like line between the two wheel arches, right? That arches up, right? And like you've seen me draw a car before. Like I like to draw cars and stuff sometimes, right? When you're drawing a car, that's a cool line to make.
Yeah.
If you're drawing a car and you want to make it look cool, you just make that arch between the wheels and it looks like you're making something from the future. Right? It looks cool.
It
right?
does look cool.
You know? But I don't know if it really works in the flesh. Yeah, I don't know. Overall, I think it's cool. I'd be really excited to see one.
What are your thoughts on the taillights?
The taillights, yeah, I have thoughts.
Is this a light bar?
Yeah, it is a light bar. I really like it.
I think that's one of the better aspects of it.
Yeah.
But people are kind of freaking out about a lot of it. So but
yeah.
I think the taillights work really, really well.
I'm not into this rear section, but I think the taillights do look really good. Yeah. I'm down with those taillights.
Well, and it's the inverse of the
bottom.
It's
yeah.
well, no, it's the grill shape.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yep.
Which is really iconic for Aston Martin.
Right.
Yeah. I think so. What I kind of don't like about it overall is that it looks like it's just too aggressive looking, too angry looking.
Okay.
Overall, and because the previous couple of generations, the DB7 and the DB9,
they were
kind
very
of like
refined
families.
Yeah.
Were very like just elegant.
Right.
And
right.
like and beautiful and flowing, and like the DB9, that this last era that we were in with the DB9 and the old and the previous V8 Vantage and all of that.
Yeah.
They're like curvy and gorgeous cars.
Right.
And now, it's this thing where like everything needs to be angry looking.
Right.
And the last
look how refined that is. Right.
And I remember really distinctly when that car came out, like just thinking like, well, that's it. That's the most gorgeous a car can be.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. And these taillights are perfect.
Yeah.
Right. Those taillights are perfect.
But I think especially the front end for me on the new one is just like it's too aggressive looking. Also, the headlights are lifted straight out of the Mazda Miata, I think.
Okay.
Or the new MX-5, rather.
Okay.
Don't you think? Like, they look very much like it.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of Tesla in there, I think.
Okay.
In the front end, if you look at it.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you see it?
Yeah, I do.
Like, once you see it, I don't think you unsee it.
Yeah, and some Lexus LFA, like, swooshies here.
Oh, that grill is very Lexus-y.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that I would like it more if it wasn't called a Vantage, right? If it was just the Aston blah, 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 like something new.
They always have a Vantage.
Right,
The Vantage is a nameplate that's gone back a long, long time.
Right, but like if this just was a new sports offering that wasn't like supposed to be an evolution of the Vantage.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm not sure. I do think this like dead-on view is the worst one.
That is the worst view. Yeah.
In profile, it is gorgeous. I mean,
it certainly is. Yeah.
The proportions are great and everything, but
yeah. The back is messy. The lower rear is messy, but
especially with the body color diffuser, that's silly. You should not. If that's an option, please don't do that.
Yeah.
Like anyone.
You either body color the whole thing. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I like the taillights. I like the profile.
Yeah.
The proportions are good at least, but
I like the way the rear C-pillars kind of tuck towards the center of the car. Yeah, kind of teardrop it. Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big fan of the more aggressive look.
Yeah, no. If this was like the Vantage Sport or, Schmantage, if you will.
On the plus side.
On the plus side.
Does bring me to an FMK Cars.
Oh, okay, sure.
All right. So, I would like to just do old Aston Martins.
Okay.
So this
yeah.
one is called. So again, this is just Aston Martin. A couple of old Aston Martin models.
Yeah.
That I think are interesting. Not necessarily successful for them or
Okay.
good, but I think they're interesting.
I love old Aston Martins. I used to see an old Volant at work quite often.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
This one is called. I swear to God, if you get a Bond-themed vanity plate, our friendship is over.
Okay. All right.
Past Aston Martins. AMV8 is the first one.
Yep.
So this is from, looking at the Aston Martin Heritage site, this is from 72 to 89, and they only built 2,300 of these things.
This guy here?
Yeah, the like really muscle car
Yeah,
looking one.
the Mustang looking, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's super cool.
I do, yeah.
It's such a cool car.
It is.
And
could they
it sounds really cool.
Could they get a bigger hood scoop?
Well, yeah, the one I'm looking at doesn't have a hood scoop.
Okay,
I
it's
think
like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Super cool.
Yeah. Sit next to an NSX, too.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
It's just a super cool car.
All right.
So then I had the Lagonda.
Oh, yeah. That's what I used to see when I was at work.
Really?
Oh, no. I'm thinking of something else. Crap, I'll have to find it. Oh, man. The Lagonda is cuckoo, bananas, insane. I love it so much.
Yeah.
And
it's so crazy.
yeah, we need to find a picture of the interior because the interior is just as insane.
Especially the dash, the digital,
Yeah.
like it had that weird digital display.
Yeah, look at that. Right?
So weird.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yep. Okay, then and they made only 645 of those.
Wow. Okay.
Worldwide. Super rare car. So then I wanted you to do the DB7 Vantage.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. That's not what I wanted. DB7 Zagato.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
They only built 200 of those.
Yeah. Yeah, everything's kind of more rounded. Yeah, there's the back end of it.
The Zagato Aston Martins are my favorite.
Yeah.
Because they understand what makes them beautiful and just kind of like do more of it.
Yeah. They just kind of turn the knobs up, if you will.
Super cool.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think I have to kill the Zagato. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's petty, but this line right here bothers me.
That's it.
That one line really that's like Admiral Akbar like jowls, right? I don't It is though, right?
It kind of is.
Yeah. I don't know. The rear view straight on is great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that line bugs me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
I would. You would give me that car, and then I'd be out there sanding it down, and you'd be like, "What are you doing?" Yeah, and I'm just like,
okay.
I'm fixing it.
Okay. All right.
And then I think I am going to F the V8, and I think I'm going to marry the Lagonda, because at my core I'm an old man.
Yeah.
And
I kind of figured that would happen.
Right? What would you do?
It's tough. It's really tough. I think I would end up crushing the AMV8.
Okay.
Driving the Lagonda for a day.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And then marrying the ever-loving
Zagato.
shit out of the Zagato.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the one that I used to see at work all the time.
Was it maybe, so it was kind of like...
It had the square headlights.
Was it an old V8 Vantage? Like Google like a 97 V8 Vantage.
Okay. Let's see, 1997.
Yeah, because it's kind of got that squared
off
look.
Yeah. It certainly was. Yeah.
They only built 288 of those.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, that was exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the back end sits up really high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of cool. I think
they are.
That era, that like early, like late 80s, early or 90s, the 90s Aston Martins are kind of aging pretty well.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminds me of another car that I really love that came up on Bring a Trailer not that long ago, and I actually have a Matchbox car of.
Okay.
The Alfa Romeo SZ. Do you know that car?
Let's see. Oh yeah. I do. I love this car.
It's so cool. It's so
it
weird.
It is. Yeah.
And it's just like, though, that's a car from the 90s.
Right. Yeah.
That is the 90s car.
You get in it and like you get near it and the Saved by the Bell theme just starts playing. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right?
But it's super cool.
It really is.
I've always loved that car.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a cool one. Nice, Ian.
But yeah, I think those 90s Astons are kind of in the similar
Yeah.
vein for me.
For sure.
So
Ian, did we do car show?
I think we did done car show. I don't have anything else to talk about. Do you?
No, I don't. Yeah. I
Okay.
think that's it. Yeah, so rate and review us on iTunes. People should do that,
They
right?
should do that. They should go to TeamClearCoat.com.
They should definitely do that.
They should watch us on YouTube.
Yeah, please watch us
subscribe.
on YouTube. See our dumb faces.
Tell some friends.
Yeah, tell some friends. Yeah, see if they're still your friends after you tell them.
That's a good test.
Yeah,
It's a good test.
yeah.
If they're smart, they won't be.
Send us an email with your FMK Cars ideas. We would love to have them and play them on the show. Yeah, you can tweet them to us. You can send us an email with them, teamclearcoat@gmail.com.
Yes.
Yeah. And,
We will also take them, to borrow a thing from Click and Clack, printed on the back of whatever part I've already broken from my car.
There you go. Yeah. If you can write them very small on fuses.
Or a little bit larger if you have on ignition coils for a Saab Turbo X.
What if somebody made
Which I
you...
have another one going out right now.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What if somebody made you macaroni art out of fuses? That's what you need to teach Nico to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. We love you.
We love you.
Okay, bye.
Stretching.